Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be taking you through my full week's worth of training, and I'm going to be showing you every exercise and letting you know how I typically structure my training and what sets and rep ranges I am currently using. Now, I'm currently a few weeks out from a weightlifting competition. Weightlifting as in Olympic weightlifting, and a lot of people get mixed up between powerlifting and weightlifting. Now, weightlifting consists of 2 exercises: clean and jerk and snatch. Powerlifting consists of 3 exercises: squat, bench and deadlift. So that's the only difference between the two, basically. Now, my training at the minute has been a bit of a mixture between weightlifting and bodybuilding / powerlifting exercises. The reason for this being is because I currently train at a very commercial gym, and if any of you have ever done Olympic weightlifting, you'll know that a typical training session means you are on a platform for a good hour at least, and in a commercial gym you can't really hog a platform for that long, so you've got to get your sessions done quite quick, or do Olympic weightlifting sessions at a CrossFit gym or another strength-based gym where it's not frowned upon to take a platform for so long. So typically what I try and get done in a week's session, say I do 5 training sessions a week, then I will get maybe 3 weightlifting sessions in, so 3 Olympic weightlifting sessions in, and I'll get 2 bodybuilding / powerlifting sessions in per week. That being because if I want to do Olympic weightlifting on a Monday at the gym, that will not be possible because the platforms are all taken, because Monday is a very busy day in the gym. So it would be very tough to get 5 whole weightlifting sessions in per week in the gym I currently train at. I wouldn't typically recommend this type of training if you were wanting to get better at the Olympic weightlifting movements, so the clean and jerk and the snatch. This is because you need a lot of practice with those movements to get better at them. And if you're mixing it up with powerlifting and bodybuilding throughout the week, then it's not going to be the most optimal way of training to get better at the Olympic lifts. But this is only temporary for me until I'm able to move to a more strength-based gym. Now, there are a few around me, but they are a little bit expensive at the moment, so I'm just trying to do the best I can with what I have at the moment. Now, a quick point I must make out now is a couple of the Olympic weightlifting training days have parts of that have been taken from a program I once got from Clarence Kennedy. If you don't know who Clarence Kennedy is, please check him out. He's on YouTube. He has great advice on there, and he has some amazing lifts on there too. So check him out if you get time. So day 1 consists of 5 exercises. First off, we start off with snatch, and that is for 3 reps and 5 sets. Then we move on to power clean and jerk. This is for 2 reps and 4 sets. Then we move on to back squat, which is for 3 reps and 4 sets. Then we move on to snatch pulls, which is for 3 reps and 4 sets. And to finish off the session, we did 15 minutes on the bike for a bit of cardio. And because I am currently trying to drop a little bit of weight for this weightlifting competition I have in a few weeks.
Hey guys, so I'm going to be talking you through these clips of me lifting just so I can give you a bit of an insight as to what's going on. So yeah, we're starting off with snatches here. The weight is quite light, as you've noticed. I think it's only like 80 kilos or something like that, 77.5 kilos. And I'm trying to slow it down deliberately here, just because I've got a bit of an injury in my right shoulder, so I'm trying to suppress that as I'm landing, so I'm catching it quite high, then still dipping low just to keep that rhythm going. But yeah, I was quite happy with these. I haven't done snatches in a few weeks, so wanted to start off quite light, and we'll build up to somewhere near an opening lift in the coming weeks. And now we're on to clean and jerks. These are quite fine on the shoulder, just with my arm, my shoulders being sort of stacked like quite parallel to each other, like arms being stacked quite parallel overhead. Sort of takes the strain off the shoulder a little bit. Whether that's just in my head or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, clean and jerks, they feel fine as always. It's one or more of my stronger lifts out of the snatch and clean and jerk. Probably because I do it a little bit more, if I'm honest. But yeah, these are quite fine. I think this is just 110 kilos just for some power clean and jerks. So yeah, we're moving on to squats now. This is 4 reps with 160, and in the program it's not to be paused, but I felt like pausing it on the day, even though I was having quite a very poor performance day, and these are very slow compared to how they should be. I've paused 160 for like 10 plus reps before, so getting 4 reps was not where I should be right now, but that's the thing with training, you have ups and downs, and I still got the session done, which I'm very happy about. And the last exercise for the day is snatch pulls. Now, snatch pulls are just like a normal snatch, except you don't really do the second half of the lift, you just do the pull part. So it's pretty much what it says on the tin. Now, this is only 110 kilos, and despite that, I still managed to rip a callus off and affect my training for the rest of the week. So, yeah, this is the last exercise for the day, and this is the last exercise for the rest of day 1.
Day 2 consists of 6 exercises. Starting off, we have bench press. This is for the very typical 5 sets of 5. Then we move on to dumbbell press, which is for 4 sets of 15. Then we move on to cable flies, which is 4 sets of 15 as well. Then on to back, which is pull-ups, which is 5 by 5. Little point there. 5 by 5 might not seem like a lot, but I am currently sitting at around about 106, 107 kilos body weight. So 5 reps at my body weight is, well, I'm quite happy with that at the moment. Then we move on to close grip rows. This is for 4 sets of 15 reps. Then lastly, we'll go on to a bit of a tricep bicep superset. This is 4 sets of 15 reps on the biceps and the triceps.
And we're on to day 2, starting off with bench press and the famous 5 by 5, so 5 reps, 5 sets, and this is 120 kilos, and as I always do, I pause all of my reps, or pause enough on my 5 by 5s. Isn't it good to know that your spotter's paying attention? Keep them looking around. But yeah, 5 by 5, 120 kilos, easy stuff. Right, so on to incline dumbbells now, 30 kilos, keeping it nice and quick. I like to keep it nice and explosive, it just transfers over into more strength-based sports, I personally find. But yeah, it does get a good pump in the chest nonetheless. And on to an exercise I've just recently started to enjoy, and that's the cable flies. These are great to get a good pump in the chest, really fill it out. Normally good to do after your compound movements, your heavy exercises, just to get a good stretch on the chest. With this, whatever weight you use, try and keep it light-ish. It's all about getting a good stretch, feeling the chest on every rep, getting a good pump, and you should be good. So pull-ups now, 5 by 5. I'm 106 kilos in this video, so 5 reps and 5 sets. I'm quite happy with that. It actually looks like I probably had a few more reps in there. Maybe 10 if I had pushed hard enough. Now on the close grip pull machine, keep it sort of a middle weight, nothing too heavy if you're going for high-ish reps. I try to keep this as static as possible and use little momentum, or none at all. I just do that because I feel it best in the back doing it that way, but try out different techniques and see what fits you. And we're onto our tricep bicep superset. So we're using the rope attachment for both the biceps and the triceps. So yeah, on the triceps, try and get a nice pull, try and extend your arms out as hard as possible to try and flex that tricep as much as you can on each rep. Then we'll go on to the biceps. Now, I'm using a rope here because, if you remember, I ripped my callus off on the previous training day. So the barbell attachment hurt quite a bit, so we're using a bit of a hammer movement here. Still getting a bit of work in on the bicep, and still getting a good pump as we do it.
And day 3 consists of clean and jerk for 8 sets and 1 rep, so 8 singles. Then we're going to jerk from the rack, so that is unrack the weight and then jerk it overhead for a singular rep and then rack the weight again. And this is for, again, 8 sets, 1 rep. Then we're going to strict press, which is unrack the weight, strict press overhead and back down. And this is for 3 sets of max reps at a certain given weight. And for instance, on this week it was 80 kilos. Then we go on to leg press, which was for 3 sets of max reps, again of a given weight. This week it was 375 kilos. Then lastly we're going to hammer curls, which was for 3 sets of max reps of a given weight. This week it was 30 kilos per dumbbell.
So clean and jerk, only doing single reps here, and I'm doing it with 130 kilos, just with it being so close to competition. I just want to keep things nice and sharp, try and keep each rep nice and consistent, so the first rep looks the same as the last rep, so easy clean there and easy jerk. We're getting closer and closer to what my opening weight will be on competition day as well. And now we're on to jerk from the rack, so this is 140 kilograms. So just trying to keep that jerk nice and sharp. Again, doing 1 rep, 8 sets. That was nice and comfortable. And back in the rack. And now on to strict press. So strict press is overhead press, but with no leg movement, no lower body movement or anything like that. Pure shoulder strength, and we're doing 80 kilos here, and I think it was for 8 reps maybe. I don't think I was counting, but if you look back it might have been 8 reps. We'll say 8 reps, but again, great exercise to build upper body strength. And if you wanted to even increase your bench press, strict press is brilliant. And now we're on to leg press. So I think this is just 375 kilograms, and we're just doing this for a nice few reps, trying to keep that full range of motion right down to the bottom as far as the knees will go. So the knees are basically almost touching the chest. And to finish off, we're going to be doing some hammer curls. So we've got 30 kilograms in each hand here, trying to keep it as nice and as strict as possible. Try and stop that momentum, because when you are curling 30 kilos, it is going to rock your body. That's just how it works. So you're going to have to use your core, your glutes, everything to keep your body nice and still. Try and keep that nice and explosive on each rep. And I think we've got quite a few reps there.
And finally we come on to day 4. This was a 4-day training week, which has been quite typical for the last few weeks. So I thought I'd give you the 4-day version. So on the 4th training day this week, we did bench press, which was for 4 sets of 8 reps. Then we went on to a seated shoulder press, which was for 3 sets of max reps of a given weight. And I think it was the seated shoulder press, which had like 2 plates either side. So that was like 40 kilos either side, but because of the leverages and all that, it could be, I don't know how much it would be, but it was 2 plates either side, so try and work that out. Then we went on to single arm rows, which was for 3 sets and 8 reps. Then lastly we went on to lat pull down, which was for 3 sets and 8 reps. And to finish off, we did 15 minutes of skipping. Again, cardio to try and shave some of this weight off. And I forgot to mention, on days 2 and 3, we also did cardio. So we did bike and then skipping. Bike on day 2 and skipping on day 3.
And we're back on the bench press with 110 kilograms, and we're doing this for 4 sets of 8 reps. Now, I was very unwell as I got into the gym, but I'd already got to the gym, so I thought I'll still finish off the session. So yeah, I was quite happy that I still managed to get 8 reps with this. Again, trying to slow it down on the way, try and have sort of a semi sort of pause at the bottom there. And yeah, these are quite consistent. Trying to keep the first rep looking the same speed as the last rep. Right, and we're back onto the back exercises. This time doing single arm rows, just because the weight is a little bit heavier, so you are going to be using a little bit more momentum to try and complete that rep, which is okay when you're doing this. Another great exercise to train your grip, because the weight's quite heavy and the handles are quite slidey, so if you're not using chalk, you're going to get a great grip and forearm exercise in there as well. And we're onto the lat pull down. Again, I like to use full range of motion on my exercises, so I like to go right to the top and right back down to the chest. Just coming from an athletic background, I just like to keep full range of motion on every exercise I do. There is arguments on if it's beneficial or not, but I just do it because it works well for me.
So guys, that is what a typical full week of training currently looks like for me. If you like the video, please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.